Hello again, and welcome to the Comics Online podcast, Season 16, Episode 16. I'm your host, Kevin Gaussoin, and with me today, as usual, is our co-host, Troy David Phillips, here at Flashback Comics in Woodbridge, Virginia. Boy, that was terrible. At Flashback Comics in Woodbridge, Virginia. This is 16.1, of course, and the .1 episode is always Troy's show, and Troy is here to introduce something very special.
You know, one of these days, Kevin, you got to give me, like, your best movie announcer voice. Like, you know...
In a world.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I'm like, you know, I want to have that in a comic shop in Northern Virginia on a dark and stormy night.
Yeah, well, once we get some of our voice actor friends actually on here, because we have them. We have friends of the shows. Oh yeah. In a world.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as Kevin was saying, this is Season 16, Episode 16.1, and I am Troy David Phillips, and this is Kevin Gaussoin, ComicsOnline.com, up here in Flashback Comics in Woodbridge, Virginia, on the East Coast of the United States, on the Western Hemisphere. I think we're...
Earth.
Yeah.
As far as we know.
If you're using GPS, and today... Kevin and I are going to show you our picks for the upcoming, this is for the comic release day of the 3rd of February, 2016.
Wednesday. New Comic Wednesday.
For those of you that are new to comic collecting, and I talk to people all the time that are new to comic collecting, new comics are released on Wednesday. If you already knew that, well, hey, sorry for the condescension.
Remember when they used to be released on Friday?
I do remember New Comic Friday, boy.
The change confused me.
Well, it was a gradual thing, and we could talk about that at 16.2. I will happily walk through the evolution of New Comic Day with you. I can do that. I lived through it.
Okay.
Today, however, we're going to talk about our top 5 picks. Kevin's picked 5, I've picked 5, and we're going to double up on our +1 because something came out this week that I think is just absolutely fantastic. I don't want to say anything about it until we actually pull up the cover and show, so we're going to do that last. It's cool?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So I'm going to start out, and I'm going to use Kevin's capable hands here.
Starting out with Nova.
Yes, Sam Alexander Nova. For those of you that are longtime comic fans, this is not Richard Rider. This is Sam Alexander.
Sam's 4.
Got his own title again. This is issue number 4. And I especially picked this cover up because of the homage to Fantastic Four number 1. Those of you that have read Secret Wars, you know that we don't have a Fantastic Four in the post-Secret Wars Marvel Universe. This is unusual.
Those of you who've been watching or reading either Nova or Avengers know that Sam these days tends to partner up with Miles Morales and Ms. Marvel.
Kamala Khan, Ms. Marvel. She is not Carol Danvers anymore.
No.
Carol Danvers is Captain Marvel.
That's right.
Yes, indeed. So, Sam has connected with his dad, and that is part of the ongoing story. Sam has met other young heroes. Sam has joined the all-new, all-different Avengers. I don't want to ruin the ride, but I would definitely suggest that you get in and you pick up the new Nova series, especially when it includes guys like the Mole Man and the Mole Man's giant subterranean monsters.
The Mole Man. He's not just a guy with a lot of spots on his skin. No, he is a subterranean dwelling, usually villain. He's misunderstood at the very least.
Very misunderstood. November 1961, classic Marvel villain. Nova, number 4. This is pretty incredible. You ready to go to the next one?
No, I just want to read this while we're standing here. Okay, fine.
Pardon me while I choke Kevin with my microphone.
All right, we've got Detective Comics number 49.
The beauty of Detective Comics number 49 is the Neil Adams cover with the Joker on it. Now, I am a big fan of the artwork of Neil Adams.
Me too.
I sincerely doubt Neil Adams is watching the show, but just in case he is.
He probably is.
You are a legend still living, good sir. And Detective Comics, which ties to the ongoing continuity of the Scott Snyder Batman series, where we do have Jim Gordon in the robot suit, where we do have the amnesiac Bruce Wayne. This is an homage back to an earlier Detective Comics cover, and you got Harley Quinn, you got the Joker, you got the Hounds. celebrate Neil Adams with me, ladies and gentlemen. And Peter J. Tomasi is the stuff. I love this book. Everyone raves about the Snyder Capullo Batman, and Snyder Capullo Batman deserves raving, but Peter J. Tomasi deserves raving too. So,
what goes along with Detective Comics, Troy?
Well, the other longtime DC book, Action Comics.
Action Comics, number 49 as well.
Kevin here has not been following the Superman continuity, so he doesn't know about Superman's loss of power, and he doesn't know about Lois Lane exposing Superman's identity to the general public, and he doesn't know about the public backlash against the outed Clark Kent.
Not into that.
But if he did, he'd be all into this. There's a lot that's been going on between Superman, Action Comics, and Superman Wonder Woman.
Why is he glowing green? Does he have a Green Lantern ring?
Maybe he shouldn't. But there was a chapter in the story, Kevin, where Superman was exposing himself to green kryptonite, and he was doing it on purpose. There was a reason for that.
Some people hang themselves with a belt. Superman gets
kryptonite. Yeah.
I'll stop.
yeah, please. Somebody stop this guy.
So, your third pick
Next
for this week.
My fourth pick.
Fourth pick. That's what I meant.
Avatar Comics, ladies and gentlemen. Kieran Gillen on Mercury Heat.
Number 7.
People have come into the store, and I have been raving about this book. Yeah, look at the wraparound cover there. Mercury Heat is an extraordinarily interesting science fiction story. The main character, Louisa, works in private security at the Mercury power station. If you like cyberpunk, if you like nuts and bolts sci-fi, if you like strong leading superheroines, well, she's not technically a superheroine. If you like Kieran Gillen's writing, there's every reason to pick up Mercury Heat. Issue number 7 begins a new story arc.
There you go.
And lastly, from Dynamite Entertainment, because I loves me some Dynamite, Dejah Thoris, new number 1 Dejah Thoris, the Princess of Mars. You might be familiar with her from the John Carter Warlord of Mars series, currently being handled excellently by Ron Mars. You might be familiar with Dejah Thoris from her previous storyline in Dynamite's Warlord of Mars continuity. But if not, check this out.
She was one of the people in that women's crossover from Dynamite as well. What
Swords of Sorrow.
Ah, yeah.
Swords of Sorrow.
I pay attention sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. You can sometimes shake Kevin out of his malaise.
Yeah.
So that's it for me for this week. Kevin showing you off a little
Get a little
artwork.
Internal artwork. There's a beautiful cover.
Barbier and Francisco Mana. Dejah Thoris, number 1. I'm so excited to get to sit and read this book. I really, truly am.
Nice.
So let's
There's
see
your
what,
5.
let's see what we got here, Kev.
My 5. I'm going to start out with Deadpool and Mercs for the Money. Now, this is kind of a heavy issue. This is one of the variant covers, and believe me, when it comes to Deadpool, they like to do variant covers, so there are a crap ton of them. This is only one.
This is the action figure variant cover, so this action figure is not actually available, but it should be.
Because everybody needs a Stingray.
Abso-freaking-lutely. God, I love Dr. Walter Newell. I actually have the Submariner where he first appears.
Whether it be a Schwinn or a Corvette.
Ha 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 ha. I like the alternate so you can get the secret identity head and a narwhal. It's got a narwhal. A Deadpool narwhal.
Well, naturally, of course it would. My second pick, Sam Wilson, Captain America, number 6. Sam Wilson has been, a great recoverer of the Captain America name. You thought, oh, okay, well, after Captain America, after Steve Rogers, we got Bucky Cap, we got James Barnes as Captain America for a while, and then that went away, and who steps in but the perfect person, which is, of course, Sam Wilson, previously known as the Falcon, now known as Captain America. Will he return to the Falcon eventually? My guess is probably, but for now, he is continuing on as Captain America and is doing a bang-up job.
So for those of you who would like to know, yes, the villains of the piece are the Serpent Society, the new Serpent Society, led by the Viper, the old Viper, the Viper from Captain America back in the 1970s, the corporate ad man spouting corporate philosophies out of every orifice.
It's hard to do. Don't try it at home.
Also, Diamondback makes a return appearance, and Sam Wilson was...
Grab that and interact with people, will you?
Look at what he's been doing.
Oh, okay.
Sam Wilson has also been infected with the Cap Wolf thing. He turned into a wolf. You clearly weren't paying attention. Poor Kevin.
I'm not caught up. I got like 4 issues to go.
Well, see, you have to remember that last week Kevin bought a short box of comics from me all at once. They were all new comics that he hadn't read yet. So it's 150 comics. He's still fighting his way.
It's a lot. It's a lot. So let's move on to Invincible Iron Man, also number 6. Invincible Iron Man has been excellent. I was very disappointed when Iron Man was the irascible Iron Man, the irritating Iron Man,
the superior Iron Man.
I call BS on his superiority. That was annoying. I didn't even like not only did I not like the character, but I didn't like the book. I was like, please be over with. And then Secret Wars came and wiped that crap out. And so I'm very happy about that. And we got back what I would consider a proper Tony Stark.
What we have here is Brian Michael Bendis, and this particular issue is somewhat more dialogue heavy, but hey, all new story arc, the War Machines start now. If you were reading previously in the previous issues, we saw the current incarnation of Madame Mask, Whitney Frost, and we have seen the current incarnation of Victor Von Doom, and we got a brief...
right, that was good.
Yeah, we got a brief cameo, really more than a cameo, a guest shot from Doctor Strange, and Doctor Strange owned this one. He and Tony are totally awesome facial hair bros.
Oh, right, that's totally true. Also, you need to put Doctor Strange on my list, too. I forgot to say Doctor Strange. We're still working out my new, because, all the new comics, they changed all over, and I need Doctor Strange. And I've only got the first one, and it's Pichello, and who's writing it?
Jason Aaron.
Jason Aaron. Come on, you got to love that. You should pick it up if you haven't.
Quick sidebar to Doctor Strange for those of you who have not been following along. Doctor Strange, currently handled by Jason Aaron, art by Chris Bacallo. It is phenomenal. It is a great place to come in if you're a new Strange fan.
Hey, you know what's good? Amazing Spider-Man. And here we have Amazing Spider-Man number 7. You should come into Flashback Comics here in Woodbridge, Virginia, if you happen to be within 100 miles of here, because this is the place to come. Not only because Troy's here, but because he will sell you multiple copies of Amazing Spider-Man. This I know from personal experience.
You are hysterical. Oh, look, Mr. Negative, Cloak and Dagger.
All negative it out. What?
I know, right? I mean, geez. This is one that I'm actually behind on myself here, Kevin. I will freely admit I am several issues behind, fighting to get caught up, and I also have the 1.1 and 1.2 issues that I need to get caught up on.
It's very good.
But, I love that shot there. It's beautiful. The artwork is beautiful. Buffagni and still Dan Slott working on the scripting and writing chores there. So Amazing Spider-Man, you need to add this to your stack.
I have been enjoying it quite a bit. It's one of my highest recommendations. You know what my very highest recommendation has been for years?
Oh, Kevin, this is such a shocker. This is so unlike you. You never, ever, ever, ever pick this title.
It's The Walking Dead. Now we're on issue 151. Can you believe it? The Walking Dead. I remember when I started and it was like issue 20-something. And I had to go back and get trades and stuff, but oh my gosh, it's wonderful. And if you're a fan of the series, you should read this. If you're not a fan of the series, but you like a good character-driven drama and either enjoy or even if you just don't mind a horror genre, check this out. You will love it. And of course, this ongoing story is a decent ways ahead of the show, but they are two different universes, so don't be afraid of being spoiled because they're not the same.
Adler's art is phenomenal, and
really
Robert Kirkman has been so consistently good for 151 issues. This comic has been running. And that it has been this team for so long, making the story engaging. And characters have lived, characters have died, and their world will never be the same again.
No, it's fantastic. And so that's my top 5. That's Troy's top 5. But you know what our plus ones are? We've got
Kaboom!
Spider-Man number 1. And hey, the good thing about Spider-Man #1 now is there's no polybagged, there's no silver version or gold version or green version, and there's no Todd McFarlane because, I'm just not a fan, really. Sorry, Todd McFarlane fans. But we've got Miles Morales, and this is once again written by...
This is written by Brian Michael Bendis,
who has done Ultimate Spider-Man. Basically, this is an ongoing Ultimate Spider-Man. He's been doing Ultimate Spider-Man since issue 1 back, hundreds of issues ago, like 200 and something issues. So it's pretty amazing. Seems like Megan is outside or something. We'll just wave at her. We'll see her in the regular show. But we've got 5 different variant covers, and Troy, I'm going to need like 4 of those 5, if that's all right with you.
5 of each?
No, just a single copy. I'm not that crazy.
Yes, he is, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, he is. So, at long last, ladies and gentlemen, we can have a Peter Parker who is in charge of Parker Industries.
Yes.
Grown up corporate responsibilities.
Thank you.
And we have a
teenage
hero.
Spider-Man
We have
as well.
Miles Morales. So now Peter doesn't have to do double duty, going forward and stepping back, going forward and stepping back. We don't have to have any more Brand New Days. We don't have to have any more clone sagas.
Thank goodness. And and if we want to talk about other versions, you want to talk about other variants of Spider-Man,
then you need to check out the Web Warriors.
I left it down the other end of this cabinet here.
Yeah, come get them before Kevin buys them all, because he keeps coming in and just taking all of my comics.
Yeah, Web Warriors. So if you want to read about Spider-Ham and Silk and Spider-Man
India,
Spider-Man India, and Spider-Man UK,
Spider-Man Noir,
all of those characters are all in one book. It's Web Warriors. Check it out.
Yes, indeed.
So that's our plus 1.1.
Yes, it is.
In a true Spider book fashion.
So yeah, Kevin's 5, my 5, our plus 1s. I think we're off to dinner.
Yeah. All right. Well,
all right, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks for joining us this week.
Wednesday, 3rd of February, 2016.
Not September yet.
Yeah, no. Sorry. I'm thinking about Baltimore Comic-Con. I'm in a rush.
And we will see you. At a couple of events. We will see you at a couple of events soon. We've got KatsuCon coming up. That will be there. We've got MagFest coming up. We'll be there. So come and say hi and don't be shy. And stay tuned for part 2 because here it comes.
Mm-hmm. From leaping tall buildings to going off like gamma bombs. Switch your internet browser to ComicsOnline.com.